Hello students and viewers, welcome back again to Science Capsule, a perfect self-learning tool for school children. In the last episode, we have discussed how magnetic field is produced by a current carrying conductor and how to find the direction of the magnetic field. If you have not watched that video, then you will find it in the I button and I will also provide in the description, you can watch those videos. Now, in today's video, we will be discussing one of the most important topic under this chapter, that is when a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, then under such condition what will happen to the conductor. Very interesting, right? So this video is going to give you lot more information about the direction of magnetic field in different instances and many more. So watch till the end of this video. If not, subscribe this channel and press bell icon so that you won't miss any of my future uploads. Let us start today's session. Dear students, we have two circuits on either sides. In one, bulb is there and another one is fan. Let us suppose if we put on the switch, here the bulb glows but the fan does not glow, and here the fan rotates and here bulb does not rotate. What could be the reason? Here in both the case, what happens? The electric charges flow, right? Electric current flows. Due to the electrical energy, here bulb starts glowing, whereas here the fan starts working, rotating, right? Now suppose the electrical energy causes rotation of a fan, then why not the bulb gets rotated? Very interesting, right? Now to understand this, we have to see another important concept of magnetic effect of electric current. Dear students, when current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, then there exists force. With that force, the blades of the fan gets rotated. Now here inside the fan you will find a motor. About that we will see later, but for now you just understand that whenever a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, then force will be exerted, right? Now we know that force can make the object move, so with that force the blades of the fan rotates. Now we have to understand, if current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, force will be produced, then what will be the direction of the force? That we don't know. To know the direction of the force exerted by the current carrying conductor when it is placed in a magnetic field, we have another rule. By making use of that rule, we can easily find the direction of magnetic field, electric current and force. The law is called Fleming's left hand rule. So for that you have to do some finger exercises. What is that exercise? Here you have to extend 3 of your fingers in such a way that all the fingers make right angle to each other. To understand this, you can take the corners of your room. If you take the corners, you will see 3 different directions, right? So like that you can assume that 3 fingers are there and all the 3 fingers are right angle to each other. If you could arrange these fingers and understand, you can find the direction if you know any of the 2 quantities. Now to understand this, each finger is related to some quantities. Here thumb indicates motion, here central finger indicates the current, and forefinger indicates magnetic field. How can we remember? That has to be remembered. No, it is a very big task. Now to understand that, what you need to do is C, central finger, C for current, here forefinger F for field, that is magnetic field, here thumb. In thumb you can see M is focused, right? So M means motion. So by this way you can remember the short code of this. By knowing this you can easily find. Let us take some of the examples so that you will understand in a better way. In the textbook also some of the questions are given that you try to solve it. If you have any difficulty, then you can ask us very well. Now let us take an example. Now I am bombarding some electrons towards you. If electrons are in the direction of you and I am applying magnetic field, suppose magnetic field is above, so we have made right angle, right? So what will be the direction of motion? Now you align your fingers in such a way. Now I have told you that electrons are bombarded to your eyes or forehead, we can say. So the direction you can identify, right? So electrons are in your direction, but we have to see the electric current. You should know the direction of electric current is opposite to the direction of flow of electrons. I have told you that electrons are coming towards you, then electric current, the direction of electric current would be towards my direction, right? So central finger indicates the current, so I have assigned here. So the central finger is aligned towards me. And what else I told? Magnetic field is in the direction of upward direction. So what is magnetic field? This is the magnetic field, right? So this is the magnetic field. So what will be the direction of motion? The direction of motion will be towards this direction. Got it, children? So this way you can find various other possibilities. You try in all directions. So now we are very much clear that when a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, force is exerted. Based on this principle, various devices are developed and we are still using. Can you name one device? In the beginning, just before, we have talked about the electric fan. Inside the electric fan, we have motors. So electric motor is one of such device which is based on the principle of what we are discussing now. Now let us understand how electric motor works.
Here is the diagram of an electric motor. Consists of a rectangular coil ABCD of insulated copper wire. The coil is placed between the two poles of a magnetic field, that is North Pole and South Pole. The coil is placed in such a way that the arms AB and arm CD are placed perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field, that is between the two magnets. Here you will find the split ring. The ends of the coil are connected to the halves of the split ring. The inner side of these halves are insulated and attached to the axle, as you can see here. The external conducting edges, that is two conducting stationary brushes X and Y. When you put on the switch, the electric current starts flowing from this direction and it enters into the coil from AB and comes back from CD, and accordingly the circuit gets completed. Now let us see how the motor works. Now when the key is put on, then the current flows from this direction, and in the coil the current enters initially through the direction of AB. Let us now apply Fleming's left hand rule to find the direction of motion of this coil. Here the direction of magnetic field is towards north to south direction, right? Now we have to align the first three fingers, that is thumb, forefinger and center finger, in such a way that the forefinger points towards the direction of magnetic field, that is this direction, right? Now electric current is towards this direction, so the direction of electric current is this direction. Here right angle to each other, right? Now what will be the direction of motion of the coil? If you extend, you try yourself, when you extend this way, then naturally the third finger, that is the thumb, will point towards the downward direction, which means here it is direction of electric current and this is the direction of magnetic field. If you align your three fingers, then the third finger will point towards the downward direction. This will be the motion. If we made such an arrangement on supplying electric current, when the electric current flows through the coil at the arm AB, then the direction of motion of the coil will be downward direction, right? So at this point what happens, the coil will be pushed downward direction. When the current reaches the arm CD, in this case what happens about that we will see. Here also we will apply once again the Fleming's left hand rule. Here the direction of magnetic field is same, that is this direction, but here you see the direction of electric current is opposite to the direction of electric current which flowed through the arm AB. Through AB the direction is this direction, right? Whereas when the current flows through CD, then the direction of electric current is this direction. So here it is magnetic field, we can write here, and this is the direction of electric current. Now once again you align your three fingers according to Fleming's left hand rule. Then in this case you will see your thumb is pointing upward direction, right? So here your thumb is pointing upward direction, so this will be the motion of the coil. When the current enters through the arm AB, then the coil will be pushed downward. At the same time, when the current enters the arm CD, the coil will be pushed upward. So at this point what happens, on half rotation, AB goes down and CD is pushed upward. So both the way the force is applied on the coil, by using this force, what happens, the coil turns halfway. On half rotation, what happens, C comes this side. That means here C and B goes this side. So here will be B, and similarly D comes this side, so A, this arm will be D, and A goes this side, so here this will be A. Now you see, earlier when the current entered through CD, the direction was different, but now the totally on half rotation, CD comes to left hand side and BA has gone to right hand side. Now you see the direction of electric current is from DC. Here by applying Fleming's left hand rule, the arm CD goes downward. In the earlier case, the arm BA was pushed downward, whereas CD pushed upward. Now due to half rotation, the coil gets reversed, and here we can see the flow of electric current is reversed. Due to the reversing of the coil, the flow of electric current has also got reversed. Now in place of BA it is CD, and in place of CD it is BA. By applying Fleming's left hand rule, now you can see very well that the arm which is pointed towards the left hand side earlier pushed downward, so now in place of BA it is CD, so the CD arm will be pushed downward, and the arm CD becomes now BA, so the BA will be pushed upward. So once again half rotation takes place. So this way motor keeps on rotating continuously. A device that reverses the direction of flow of current through a circuit is called commutator. In this electric motor, the split ring acts as a commutator. You always keep in mind that such type of simple question, 1 mark question will be asked in the CBSE examination. Here the main role of split ring is to reverse the direction of flow of electric current, which acts as a commutator. So we can say that the reversing of the current is repeated at each half rotation, giving rise to a continuous rotation of the coil and to the axle. Understood, children? In commercial motors such as electric fan, which we were discussing before, an electromagnet is used in place of permanent magnet. Large number of turns of conducting wire in the current carrying coil is also used. A soft iron is placed on which the coil is wound. The soft iron core on which the coil is wound plus the coils is called an armature. Hope you understood the working of electric motor. This is very important as per your personal knowledge or as far as examination is concerned. You just understand the principles and the working and the diagram also, you practice it many times, so you should have some grip on this.